Well, hello everyone, how's it going? It's been a while since I've made one of these kind of videos, honestly, but it has been a busy time, what with Christmas, New Year, and lots of things happening in the world that make us question what the hell is going on. But hey, I'm back to recording some videos again. I hope everyone's had a good Christmas, a good New Year on here. I hope everyone, got what they wanted, and hope everyone staying safe as well and staying indoors as much as possible. This video is not an Emerald Kaiser video. That will probably come at a later stage. Don't worry, I'm going to be starting to work on that very soon. This, however, is a video I did that I've had in my mind for a while. And recently there was a tweet that I saw with someone ranked Skull Bunny on D list and a tier list that I saw. I was very outraged by that. Because why would you put Skull Bunny? Why would you put Skull Bunny there? So it made me want to do a tier list of my favorite Star Pokemon, but I had this idea already earlier. I wanted to do a tier list of my favorite Pokemon games in the main series. Now that doesn't include the spin-off games at all. I may do another one on those if people like this video enough. I might do another one on that. But I wanted to do my own tier list. I know it's a video that I did, I think, like thousands of other people have done on YouTube or on other platforms. You can probably go through all the lists and like search it. I'll type it all out and search them all everywhere, here and here and here or something. But it's something that I really wanted to do myself because, I mean, people know that I like Pokemon, but they don't know what my favorite Pokemon games are sometimes. I mean, I say them on stream, twitch.tv/BuildDogGamer, but I don't really say them a lot. I haven't really said them on like YouTube and everything, so I figured a tier list would be a good way to show my favorite Pokemon. So without further ado, let's get into this tier list system. I believe it's tiermaker.com or something that does it. Alright, so this is tiermaker.com. Basically, someone made an entire website where you can rank all your stuff. Everything you can think of is probably on here, and if it's not on here, it will eventually be added onto there eventually. This is basically the tier system that I decided to use because it's like an easy website rather than having to like make it yourself. Someone's done it for you, and there you go. All the Pokemon main games that you see are right down there, right down below. They're all just waiting to be put in place. First off, though, I am going to put in these three in the section that I have categorized as did not play because I have not played the Japanese versions of Red, Blue, and Green ever. I may do a playthrough of Green in the future because it's the only one that I've not really played, but I assume it's the same as Red and Blue. If it's not, feel free to shout me in the comments down below. Yeah, so I have all my, you can see right there on the left, I have all my categories. I was going to put like S, A, B, C, D, and stuff, F and stuff like that. But I figured instead what I would do is I would do each ranking based on a Pokemon or like a meme or something from the Pokemon community. So S tier is Arceus because Arceus is the god of all Pokemon. Debate me if you want. That is canonical in the Pokemon series. You can't deny that. A tier is Lord Helix. Praise Lord Helix. B tier is Bidoof because it's B. C tier is Snom because Snom is only a recent prince of the gods and everything stuff that has been put on. D tier is Magikarp. Wait, no. S A B, yeah, sorry. And then F tier is Trubbish because it's crap. I don't know if I'll put any of the games in Trubbish tier though because if you don't like the tier, the way I've done the tiers, by the way, you can always, the comments are down below, feel free to shout at me. And also, if you don't agree with any of my, if you don't agree with any of my choices for where I put all these, that's fine too. Feel free to list me about your favorite Pokemon games down below, and I'll talk to you probably about the great qualities of that game. But, let's get further into this. So, the first thing, I'm going to go just in order. So the first one here is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. It's right here, as you can see. Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I really enjoyed them. They are really good remakes of the original games. I will like that by Alpha Ruby and Sapphire. If you haven't played the remakes, I do recommend them if you're a fan of Hoenn. I'd say there were lots of things I liked about them that didn't. A lot of things I haven't played them for a while, so I need to actually go back and replay them at some point. I'm gonna put them in, I think, Bidoof tier. I'd say. I think Bidoof tier. I'm gonna put you and this one, since they're both kind of like the same game, and I play both of them and I own both of them. I'm gonna put them in Bidoof tier, B tier. Main reason because while I did enjoy them, there wasn't too much that was memorable except for the awesome and instead of like the awesome post-game story, which like had like Rayquaza linked into the whole thing. Arceus, no, Deoxys as well was a huge part of that as well too. I really enjoyed that, but other than that, it was pretty much the same, other than like a few extra battles and everything. There wasn't much that changed other than the graphics. So for that reason, I put those two in Bidoof tier for that purpose. Blue and red. Oh yeah, blue and red. Blue and red. Let's go in order just to make it a little bit easier on me. So I am currently doing a playthrough of red in my own spare time. Red is blue and red are pretty challenging games because they are the third iteration. Plenty of bugs in the game, plenty of problems. They have a nostalgia taste though that I do like a lot. But however, they're not my favorite to replay, honestly. I mean, I am replaying Red at the moment because I had like a win to do it. I'm gonna say either B or C, so Bidoof or Snom. I'm gonna put them in B, I think, because there's still quite a bit of nostalgia there for me for them. So blue and red are going in Bidoof tier. I'm putting it in pairs at the moment. I may change that though as I go through the games because it's like, yeah, my brain will probably do something like that. I don't know. But yeah, Bidoof tier for red and blue. Next games, next game after that is Pokemon Yellow right down here. I'm gonna put Yellow in the Lord Helix A tier. Although it does have the same problems as blue and red with glitches and leveling up, it does fix some of the bugs. There's a little more color in it as well, and plus it's basically a recreation of like Ash's journey in the first ever like anime show, and that just hits the nostalgia bar, and you can catch all the starter Pokemon as well, which is fantastic, and I always love going back to Yellow and replaying it. A lot of the time I try to not get the starters and do a different team, but I end up just getting the starters and doing that. I can't help it. When they're there, it's so nice just to get them. So yeah, Lord Helix A tier for Pokemon Yellow. It's also one of my favorite games of all time, so of course I'm going to put it at that point. I was tempted to put it in Arceus tier, but with some of the glitches and problems it has, it goes in Lord Helix A tier right there. The next one I would say are the Johto games. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to do this in order. So Gold and Silver. Now, Silver is one of my all-time top favorite games, and Pokemon Silver is literally my the first game I ever played, and the first game I ever played in Pokemon. So I think Silver is gonna go in the screw it. I'm putting Silver in the Arceus one chat. I'm gonna put Gold in Lord Helix because I've played Silver way more than I've played Gold, and I like Lugia more than that. Sorry to anyone who's probably screaming at me like, why are you putting Gold in there? It's just because Silver is the one that I got as a kid. It's the one I played. I played Gold a few times, but I played the hell out of Silver as a kid, and I have it on my virtual console now on 3DS, and I've played the hell out of it since then too. So my first Arceus tier game is Pokemon Silver right there. Despite some of its problems and glitches and the leveling scaling, which is very bizarre. Which is why I put Gold in there, but because like it's part of my childhood and nostalgia. Nope, not being like, you know, favoritism or anything like. Silver goes in this tier right here, the Arceus tier. And then Pokemon Crystal was the third game in Johto. I'm gonna put Crystal in Lord Helix as well, I think. Just for the same reason that I did really enjoy Crystal. it does have its level and scaling flaws, though, that kind of aren't that nice, and it does have the nostalgia that I had for Pokemon Silver, honestly. You know, it's actually getting quite an interesting tier list, isn't it? So I got these ones I haven't played. Nice little roll. One game in Arceus. Which I'm probably going to get, like, shout out immensely by the comments saying, how dare you put your favorite game, one of your favorite games of all time, in like, Arceus S tier. Okay. Here come the original Hoenn games. Now, out of the two, I did own both of these at one point, but sadly I lost Ruby. I can't remember what happened to it. I either gave it away for a random reason, or I lost it somehow. I can't remember. I still have Sapphire, and I still have Emerald. They both still work, apart from the batteries drained in them. It's either going to be Snom or Bidoof. I kind of want to put them in Snom, honestly. The level scaling is not bad in the games, from my own memory. The legendaries were pretty good. There was a abundance of legendaries in Hoenn. I will say that they started growing more and more each season, each like generation. I'm gonna put them in C tier, Ruby and Sapphire. It's mainly because while I do enjoy them, whenever I go back to Hoenn, I always replay Emerald because it has the more content to me in the game. Ruby and Sapphire have a decent amount of content. The story is okay. I enjoy the characters. But the main things I have critiqued on, I wish there were more rival battles between you and Wally, for starters. That's something that I've been passionate about, like with Hoenn region in like future generations and possible remakes. The story, whilst okay, didn't have too much drama and flair, apart from obviously in Ruby he tries to Max he tries to drown the world, not drown the world, to put the world into eternal drought without even realizing it. And then Kyogre, they want to raise Kyogre with Archie wants to raise the seals, but then they realize, oh shit, they can't control these things. And they didn't realize how much power and destruction they have. So they're like, oh, well, we'll leave it to you then. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Sure, cool. And then you're left with that. And then after that, there's not like much to do except for beating the league. And then there's not much post-game content, honestly, after that. So, yeah, I'm putting them in Snom C tier, unfortunately. However, Emerald is going in Lord Helix tier. Emerald is going in Lord Helix because, as I've said, whenever I go back to the Hoenn games, the older generation, I always go back to Emerald. Emerald has the most content. You can take on both Team Aqua and Team Magma. You can capture both of the mythical Pokemon after the game's main story. You can capture Rayquaza after Gym Badge 7, and after you take care of Archie and Maxie. That's a hell of a speedrun benefit, by the way. The Battle Frontier is their post-game content. Wallace is the champion, which I love that they've changed it so that it feels like after a while, Wallace ended up defeating Steven and becoming the champion. So it feels kind of like a sequel, even though it technically isn't a sequel to Ruby and Sapphire. It's just basically the same as them, but with more content and more added to it. And yeah, it's just the one that I always go back to replay whenever I replay the original games, honestly. They're fantastic. Speaking of remakes as well, the Leaf Green and Fire Red remakes are Generation 1. This is basically when they Gen 3, Gen 1 and added some more more content to the games. What do I want to do? Put these. I enjoy them. I do. I enjoy them. However, the post-game content stuff isn't too memorable. Honestly. You get to fight Team Rocket more. I know that. I've only done the post-game story a few times, really. I mainly do like the main series. I actually recently did Fire Red on stream, I think, last year. Where I think it was a randomizer or something. I can't remember. And I actually replayed the end game credits again after like years. And while I thought it was alright, I thought it was okay, but there could have been more to it. So I'm gonna put Fire Red and Leaf Green in Bidoof tier, honestly. While I do enjoy them, while I think they're good remakes, they're not my favorite remakes, and they didn't really add too much post-game content other than more like the Sevi Islands and a little thing with Team Rocket, and then obviously the legendaries in each area and stuff. And that's really about it. That's all. I don't really play the post game stuff that much, honestly, that often. So yeah, sorry if your favorites are Fire Red and Leaf Green. I just kind of budgeted them for you there. Diamond and Pearl Generation 4 next. I do like Diamond and Pearl, however, they are very slow paced, and the lack of like some Pokemon content in the Pokedex really bugged me. So for that reason, I'm putting them straight in Snom tier, right there. They're not like to me, but they're not the ones that I go back to when I replay Sinnoh. Honestly, the problem is the pacing's quite slow. Which I can sort of forgive them because it was their first like main series Pokemon DS game, Nintendo DS. The Pokédex was very lackluster with like variety, especially among fire types. Fire types was basically either the star Pokemon or Rapidash. That's it. That's all the fire types you can get in the game. They fixed that in Platinum. They added a few more, but yeah, that's the thing. And also, it was pretty cool, the cutscene with like Palkia and Dialga and stuff. However, I think the cutscene in Platinum, which I'm gonna get to Platinum second, is way just like, oh my god, it was so cool. It's just a good twist in it and everything. Which I guess I can get onto Platinum now. Yeah, but Diamond and Pearl, Snom tier, they're good, but they don't ring back to me. I actually also beat the Pokédex for the first time ever in Diamond. True story. After like a year of playing it. So I know the games well, but yeah, it's and also the post-game story, there isn't much to do as well, except for like the island that you can't go to until after post-game. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah. But then we get to Platinum. Platinum is going in the Lord Helix tier. There we go. I know. It's similar to with Ruby and Sapphire with Platinum. Platinum has more content already. It has new characters that I like a lot. The story's a little more intuitive with everything going on. They include Dialga and Palkia. The surprise of Giratina was also fantastic, because in Diamond and Pearl you had to find Giratina in the Catacomb Ruins area. I can't remember its name. It'll be on the screen. There. Anyway, yeah, so Giratina was included in the story, given a badass origin form as well. However, that's something I should say it right. The distortion mode is creepy and stuff, but I will say the distortion mode is a little annoying, especially if you lose to Cyrus in it. If you lose to Cyrus, then you have to like traverse the entirety of the distortion mode again. So that's annoying. That's one critique I will give the game. And also they fixed the problem with the Pokedex as well, with it a bit lack of variety. They add more fire types in for the people who want to use fire types. It's very nice. They also add the new evolution, way to get new evolutions as well, which it didn't do in Diamond and Pearl, which is also very nice. They include some more post-game story too, into that with like, I think it's with the Magma Stone storyline. I'm not sure if that's in Diamond and Pearl. I might be like wrong about that. But I specifically remember it only being in Platinum, which was a great little snippet of Team Galactic after the post game stuff. Yeah, Platinum was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Generation 5 is next, so we got Black and White and Black 2 and White 2. So considering that I think the story is absolutely fantastic for both games, I'm putting Black and White in Bidoof tier. Because, as I said, if you want to play a Pokemon game with one of the best storylines, best characters, best kind of villains, absolutely play the whole Unova games. They are great, honestly. They really, really are. They really, really are. And yeah, go absolutely nuts for Black and White. N is fantastic. Team Plasma are great villains to fight against. Getsus is an absolute villain. Like, he is full on villain person. Like, pure evil. The rest of them have like a reason behind what they do. With Team Rocket, with Team Aqua Magma, with Team Galactic. Team Plasma, though, Getsus, he's just pure evil and wants to rule the world. That's literally all he wants. That's why he tries to get people to release a Pokemon so he can be the only one with powerful Pokemon. Then he can try and force his way into the ring and rule the world, basically. So for that reason, Black and White goes in Bidoof tier, because while they were great stories, there was some things that I thought were a little bit annoying. There was some areas that you couldn't access until post-game. The Pokedex was quite fun to see that they made an original new Pokedex. However, some of the Pokemon do look quite questionable with it. Unique, but I don't know. Like, I feel like they were scraping for ideas for some of the Pokemon, honestly. And so I just realized, guys, I forgot about Heart Gold and Soul Silver in Generation 4. Arceus tier. There you go. That's the answer right there. Arceus tier. Heart Gold and Soul Silver basically took Gold and Silver and made every single thing better. Like, they added so much content into those games and so much love into those games. It's so good. They even have a way of to combat with the level scaling problem in post-game stuff. Like, they have you can rebattle gym leaders over and over again in the Fighting Jojo in Saffron City, which is nice. The leveling's scaling's a little bit better. I can get a Pokemon to level 50, mid-50s before going to take on Red, which is like a decent level. I do recommend going like level 60 though, so you can go train with the gym leaders. You do, however, have to go get their numbers and call them. But as I said, replaying Heart Gold and Soul Silver is always fun, always fantastic. There's so much content, so much variety you can do with the Pokemon in there. And Johto Gen 2 is one of my favorite generations of all time. So that's why the first 3 games so far that I put on there are Arceus level for sure. For sure. But notice I've not put in for any Magikarp or Trubbish level yet. We'll get onto that in a second. Back on to Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 are going in Lord Arceus tier because the story content in Black and White was fantastic, but they did an even greater job of Black 2 and White 2. It's basically a direct sequel to Black and White. It is fantastic. The story is great. The variety of Pokemon when they added in Pokemon from other generations in was great. I love the new gym leaders in the game, like Marlene and Roxy. And I do love that Cheren become a gym leader. That Cheren and Bianca are back as like Bianca's an assistant to Professor Juniper, and Cheren is now the new gym leader, which is fantastic to see. The PWD is fantastic to do. Your rival Hugh, I think it's called, is fun. Honestly, yeah, the rivals you have in rivals in Black and White are Cheren and Bianca. First time they've ever had a game where they had 2 different rivals for you, except for, I guess, Hoenn, but Hoenn you only battle with Wally like twice. Whereas in Black and White, you have like multiple battles with Cheren and Bianca. Bianca will always be weaker than you though, and Cheren's a little bit tougher than Bianca. And you all get your style Pokemon at the same time. One thing I will say about Black 2 and White 2, I do wish they added in a way so you could battle the protagonists from Black and White in Black 2 and White 2. There is actually confirmed there was code there that was a possible idea, but they never executed it, and I wish they did it in like some kind of Dream Radar thing like they did with Bianca and Cheren, like you can battle their original teams from the previous games in the Dream Radar. I wish they'd done something with that, but other than that, they are fantastic games. Definitely great sequels to Black 2 and White 2. Think of it as Black and White as Spider-Man from the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Black 2 and White 2, Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 are Spider-Man 2, where everything was made better, in my opinion. That's what I will say about that. Alright, on to the 3DS era and the Generation 6 games, X and Y. I did question the 3D. I mean, it was took some time to get used to the 3D modeling of the Pokemon. I will say that in Gen 6. I did enjoy the story plots for them. However, I thought the anime had a way better story plot than the games, in my opinion. Like, if you haven't watched X and Y and X, Y, and Z in the anime, they're actually pretty good storylines. Pretty good characters, too. But in X and Y, the games, the story's a little, is okay. Basically, the story is that you go traveling around, getting badges, you fight against Team Flare, there's a weapon, the leader of Team Flare wants to destroy everything and rebuild from the ground up and stuff. And then you stop him, you catch Xerneas or Yveltal, and then that's it, basically. Yeah, I don't know. I did like some of the characters in the game. I like the Pokemon, some of the Pokemon in the game as well in X and Y. Greninja is one of my favorite Pokemon from in the Generation 6. I'm gonna put them in Snom just because while I thought they were good, there were quite a few problems, I'd say. With it. Like, the story was okay. The characters were great. The rivals, though, they weren't. I don't know if they were really rivals. Honestly, they didn't know how I like a rival. They were all just like friends who would battle each other and testing each other. I don't know. Everyone, comment down below what you think of the rivals in X and Y. I don't know. I can't put them higher than Snom. I don't think, honestly, with this. For Gen 6. And also, we didn't get Pokemon Z, which might have actually made it better. It was a planned game, but they cancelled it. It would have been cool if they actually made Z. But they never, unfortunately, made it. Now on to Generation 7. Sun and Moon. Well, I thought Sun and Moon were good games, but honest answer, I had trouble remembering Sun and Moon. I've only got Pokemon Sun because obviously they made Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon after that. I'm actually gonna put Sun and Moon in Magikarp tier for me. Like, it's just the fact that Sun and Moon were okay, but I don't remember much from them. And I played them I only played Sun. I will say, I guess I can take out Moon and put it in did not play, because I didn't play Moon at all. I got Ultra Moon instead, so I'll put Ultra Sun in there too, because what I did is I put Sun and Ultra. I bought Sun, was gonna buy Moon, but then I heard they got the Ultra games, and I just bought Ultra Moon because I didn't see any point in getting Moon at that point. So yeah, so Moon and Sun I'll put into did not play because I haven't played them. But even then, I played Sun and Ultra Moon, so I feel like I have played them already. But yeah, Sun wasn't that memorable. I will say Ultra Moon, I think I would actually put in the Snom tier because it has a lot more memorable content in my mind. I really enjoyed the post game with Rainbow Rocket and not fighting all the villains. So that put it up in my radar. And then there was some more memorable things that are in there. How is an I don't know, it's an okay rival. One thing I will say about Pokemon Sun and Moon that they feel like they did right was that when you climbed up into the top, you fought your Pokemon professor as a champion, which I thought was actually a really good idea. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they put it down to a little bit that you become the champion and how your rival battles you. And I thought that was also great. And then obviously the post game story kind of put Ultra Moon over the edge for me. Also, another good thing about the Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon games, Gladion. Gladion's a great character. He is. Lily, on the other hand, is a little abusive to Nebby. I will say that. Poor Nebby. Alright, next game. So let's go Eevee. I'm going to put in but did not play because I've actually not played Eevee yet. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is the one I do own and I have played. And I actually have like 300 hours in because of shiny hunting. If you haven't checked out my shiny hunting content chat, I got a bunch of shiny hunting videos from Pokemon Let's Go that I uploaded like throughout the entirety of 2019, I'd say. Something like that. When did they come out? Whenever Let's Go came out. I uploaded a bunch of like shiny hunting content and I really like enjoyed playing Pokemon Let's Go. If you want, I will say this about Pokemon Let's Go. If you want to play an easy Pokemon game, Pokemon Let's Go. Like, it's a great start. It's Generation 1. You get the hang of it very easily. You get a special, like, little Pokeball Plus thing as well, which I do have and did use for this playthrough. A little fidgety, but it's alright. I'm gonna put Let's Go. I'm gonna put Let's Go either in Bidoof or Snom. I'm gonna put it in Bidoof because they added it in red, blue, and green into the game. Green has actually never been properly in a game except for a protagonist in Fire Red and Leaf Green games you can play as. I thought it was nice that they brought green out for brought them out the red, blue, and green from the mangas out and put them into Let's Go. It was great. I did really also enjoy seeing Archie, like Giovanni's second in command, being in the game too, who you battle against in the Johto games, which was great. And Jesse and James is also in it as well, which is always fun to see Jesse and James. Basically, Let's Go was a remake of Pokemon Yellow too, and Pokemon Yellow is a special place in my heart and one of my favorite games of all time. So, yeah. There you go. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu goes in there. And Eevee, unfortunately, goes in the Did Not Play tier because I haven't played Eevee, unfortunately. And now, the final two games, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I have played both of these. I do own both of these. I've put more hours into Sword, though, because Sword's more my favorite than Shield. A lot of people have a lot of mixed opinions about Gen 8. I, for one, didn't enjoy Generation 8, despite some problems. With the story in particular, I thought they were going to go one way, but didn't. They go in a different way, and I wasn't a big fan of that. I thought the first half of the story in Pokemon Sword and Shield was great. The second half, though, is when it started to kind of lackluster, and then it picked back up when you fought against Leon at the end. They have done some good post-game story stuff, though, especially with the DLC content. I'd say the Crown Tundra is my favorite DLC content at the moment from that. So for the reasons of I have enjoyed it, but I do have the criticisms of the game itself and the problems it has. And do I think they could make Pokemon games look better? Yes, I think they could. We've seen that with Pokemon Snap, in fact, the recent trailer. But I'm gonna put Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield in the Bidoof tier right there. Bidoof tier, because while I thought they were good games and good introductions into the main series, into like the whole main series with the Switch, like along with Let's Go, it has its problems. I didn't like Rose as the villain in the end. I had a whole theory that maybe like BD would have been the villain in the end, which I thought would have been a bit more interesting. Take that one of your rivals becomes like the evil mastermind or something behind all the Gigantamaxing and everything. But I did enjoy it. I do enjoy a lot of the Pokemon in the game. Zacian's one of my favorite Pokemon ever. As I've already talked about, Scorbunny is my favorite star Pokemon in Generation 8. So for that reason, I put them in Bidoof tier, B tier, because it makes sense to me to put them there. Because while I thought they were great, they have their flaws that make me go, "Aw." But I have like 200 hours in Pokemon Sword, and I'm going to be returning Pokemon Sword in my Twitch stream soon for shiny hunting chat. So link in my link to my bio for my Twitch link. But with that, everyone, this is my official tier list, I guess, for it. So we got pretty much Generation 2 and Gen 2 remakes in Arceus tier. We got Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the Lord Helix tier. We got some remakes in B tier. We got some of the newer games in B tier. Red and Blues in B tier as well. We got Ruby, Sapphire, Diamond, Pearl, X and Y here, and then Ultra Moon because of like it having a bit about content. We got Pokemon Sun and Magic tier. Nothing in Trubbish tier. I did say that I most likely won't put anything in Trubbish tier because while I do have my critique on a lot of Pokemon games, I do enjoy playing Pokemon regardless. I just put Trubbish tier there just to see if I would actually, go ahead and, do this. Go ahead and put something in there, but I didn't because it just didn't feel right to put all of them because I love Pokemon. I do. If you watch any of my Pokemon videos on my YouTube, or come hang out on my channel, I always talk about Pokemon and how much I love it so much. So, but I hope you all enjoy the video, guys. Let me know like what your tiers are, what your favorite Pokemon games are in the comments, and everything. I hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you all enjoyed watching the video. So yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you all enjoyed the watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to do more of these kind of videos. I would happily like to. I already have like ideas possibly for my favorite star Pokemon tier list ever since sending that tweet. Maybe I'll also do spin-off games like the side games too. That could be a good thing to try out as well and see what my favorite ones are and which ones I've played and which ones I have not played. Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and beat the algorithm. And I will see you all in the next video, which I'm hoping I will be able to record an Emerald Kaiser video very soon. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone. Bye.